Will injecting air into your offset smoker help you maintain temperatures and produce a better brisket? I'm cooking a brisket with my ThermoWorks Billows fan controller on my Oklahoma Joe's offset in this video to see if it makes a difference, so let's get smoking. I love using my offset smokers, and one of my favorite things to do in barbecue is just sit outside, enjoy the day, tend the fire, and make excellent barbecue. But as a busy dad, I often have stuff to do on the weekend, and I can't sit by my offset smoker and tend it all day, so I often wonder, is there an easier way to get laser steady temperatures on my offset without babysitting it all day? And I also wonder, could those steadier temperatures help to make a better brisket? So I reached out to ThermoWorks and they were nice enough to send me this Billows fan controller. Basically, it's a fan that plugs into the air intake vent of your smoker and it automatically controls the temperature. There's a link in the description section below if you guys want to get one. Now, normally I see them being used on Kamados and WSMs, but in this case I'll be using it on my Oklahoma Joe's Longhorn offset smoker. I'm starting by installing it through the intake damper and using some foil tape to ensure the fan is the only source of air getting to the fire. Now that it's installed, I'm lighting up the firebox with my grill gun and I'm going to let it burn down for around 30 minutes so I get a nice coal bed that I can start adding smaller splits of wood to. Next, I'm seasoning a trimmed brisket with my brisket rub, which has salt, pepper, MSG, grilled meat flavoring, and some sumac to darken up the bark. It also has a bunch of other ingredients. I'll be commercializing this rub and making it available for sale later this year, so if you guys want to be the first to know when you can pick this up, just sign up in the description section below to the mailing list. Now the brisket's going on the Longhorn, point towards the firebox on the far left side, and I'm adding a large water pan to block radiant heat from the fire and even out the temperatures. I'm now placing some probes from my ThermoWorks signals in the cook chamber, one measuring the ambient air right before the heat hits the point at grill level. That probe is what is going to control the billows, and then I'm inserting one probe into the point of the brisket and one into the flat to monitor internal temperatures. I then hooked up the signals to the billows, set it to maintain temperatures at 225 degrees Fahrenheit, and just left it to do its thing, adding small splits of wood every 20 or 30 minutes or so. Now, I gradually ramped up temperatures in this cook, starting at 225, then after around 3 hours, I ramped up to 250, and then after 5 hours, after it started getting well into the stall, I bumped up temperatures to 275 degrees Fahrenheit, so we have 3 temperature points to collect data from in this experiment. After around 10 hours, the brisket hit at least 190 internal everywhere I probed, so I removed it from the smoker, I wrapped it with beef tallow and clarified butter in butcher paper and then in foil. Now, a lot of people have been asking me why I wrap in both. It's because I like how the butcher paper gets soaked in fat, and it holds the fat closer to the brisket, so everything is kind of soaked in fat. And I use the foil to make sure it's airtight so it doesn't lose moisture as an outer layer. I used to use aluminum pans, and sometimes I still do, but they're too expensive, so I adopted the Goldie's aluminum wrapping method because it's way cheaper just to use foil. Now, after it's wrapped, the brisket goes in my sous vide holding chest at 150 degrees for 18 hours, and then I'll be ready to do the taste test the next day. But first I wanted to take a look at the data of the cook to see if the billows did a better job than I could have at managing the fire. But before we get to the data, I want to thank Geology for partnering with me on this video. Geology is a 22-time award-winning skin, hair, and body care company recognized in Men's Health, Hypebeast, Esquire, and Ask Men Grooming Awards. It creates simple and effective skincare and hair care routines customized just for you with ingredients that are proven to work. I have really oily skin and I used to get a lot of pimples and blackheads on my face, which is really frustrating when you have to get on camera every day like this and you have something sticking out of your forehead that is really obvious. It's probably from bathing in smoke all day and getting smoke into all my pores. But anyway, after trying Geology for about a month now, I don't have as many of those pimples and blackheads or acne. My skin is less oily, and the darkness under my eyes is really lightening up, so I never thought I'd be following a skincare routine, but here I am a month into one and I'm really enjoying the benefits. To get started, I just filled out a 30-second diagnosis quiz on their website and identified my problem areas. Then their team of dermatologists designed a personalized routine based on my problem areas, which are greasy skin, acne, and dark circles under my eyes. Then they shipped me all the products, which are made with simple ingredients designed to target my exact problem areas, and I followed a reference card that easily told me me exactly what to do. Basically, I wash my face with the face wash in the morning, then I apply a day cream, which has acne-fighting ingredients and sun protection in it, and then at night I just wash my face again. I apply the under eye cream and then the night cream, which deals with the dark circles under my eyes. And that's it. It's really easy. So if you want to take the leap like I did and start benefiting from healthier skin right now, for a limited time, they are hooking you up with an amazing offer. Use my code SMOKE70 or scan the QR code on your screen, and they will give you an exclusive 70% off their award-winning skincare trial set. On top of that, you can save big on the add-on products of your choice when you add it to your trial. This is one of the best offers you will see, so get it before it's gone. All right, guys, let's get back to the video. Now, after the cook, I put all the data from my signals in Excel and I normalized it, I fixed it up a little bit, and then I took a look at the average temperatures for each target set point. At a set point of 225, I was able to get an average temperature of 191 degrees Fahrenheit, which means the actual temp was 33 degrees off from my target temp of 225. Not that great. Now, typically I run my offset smokers within plus or minus 25 degrees of my target temp, and that's with me running outside every 20 minutes while I do other stuff, and I'm just chucking a piece of wood onto the fire, and I can get plus or minus 25 degrees, which is totally okay for cooking a brisket. So that's me with barely any effort whatsoever getting plus or minus 25 degrees, and at 225 the signals and billows could barely get 30 degrees plus or minus. So not too great at the 225 degree set temperature level. But if we look at the 250 degree set point, the average actual temperature was 238, which means it was only 11 degrees off from the target temperature. Now, I can only maintain plus or minus 10 degrees on a smaller offset if I'm constantly paying attention to the smoker all day without focusing on anything else. So that's pretty good to have 11 degrees off from the set temp and it's automatically controlled. That means I can get the temperatures that would take constant attention while I do other things, and I just have to run out and throw a split on the fire every 20 minutes. And if we look at the 275 degree set point, it gets even better. The average actual temperature was 267 at the 275 degree set point, which was only 7 degrees off from target temperature, which is probably better than I could do on a small offset, even with all of the conditions at their optimal. So it doesn't look like the billows does a very good job when your target temperature is 225, but it does a really amazing job when your target temperature is 250, 275 plus. But the real question in my mind is, how did the brisket turn out? And that's what we're gonna look at right now. All right, guys, I have the brisket that I cooked using the billows. I'm just going to slice into this. It's not whole because I sliced into it for another video already, but here's the brisket. It looks pretty nice. We'll pull it apart. Pulls apart effortlessly. It's a good brisket. It tastes similar to my other briskets, so I wouldn't say it's any better or any worse than the briskets I normally cook with or without the billows. So I think this experiment shows that the billows can give you some consistent temperatures, and it can allow you to unchain yourself from the offset smoker a little bit, but you're still gonna have to go back to the fire and add splits of wood every 20 to 30 minutes. And based on what I saw of the temperature graphs and my experience in this video, the billows on the Oklahoma Joe's Longhorn tends to work the best when the temperature is set to around 250 plus. 275 seemed to be a really good temperature where the billows actually started dialing in temperatures better than I could. But below that, I just don't think it does very well with the temperature control. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I appreciate it. If you have any comments or ideas for future videos, drop them in the comment section below, like and subscribe. And if you want to get more involved in the Smoke Trails Barbecue community, you can join my Patreon. I'll link it in the description section below. You can get access to me and a community of awesome barbecue nerds like myself on a private Discord chat server by joining the Patreon. And also in the future, I'm going to be adding some more content on how to build a sous vide holding chest like the one you see me use in my videos, and that's going to go on Patreon. It just doesn't have the wide appeal to put it here on my YouTube channel, so I'm going to put those special videos on my Patreon, so look out for that. Also follow me on Instagram, and you can join the Smoke Trails Barbecue Nerds Facebook group. I will see you in the next video, guys. Thanks for watching, and happy smoking.